Good evening to all my Keurig coffee drinkers and tumbler users. It's RF Mike. Long time no see, or no video do, I should say. Um, for those of you that remember Hot Shot, that are old enough to know about Hot Shots, then machines, I should say, then stick around for this video. For anyone else, I'm going to tell you right now, tonight I'm going to show you how to make tea in your Keurig. And no, I'm not talking about a Lipton sweet tea or a regular iced tea or a hot tea that's in a K-cup. I am talking about using good old tea bags. So, if you're interested, go on ahead and stick around. If not, you may go on ahead and move on to the next video or review something I've already made. Okay, so for this video, you'll want to make sure, one, you have some tea bags that you like, some of your favorite hot tea that you can turn into a cold brew. And then you will want a 1 liter pitcher, which I happen to have my Keurig pitcher. If you guys have not seen the video on this, please go look through my archive of videos. You will find one. And I will see if this pitcher is still available. If so, I will link it in the comment section down below. And there's our lid. Another thing you will want is the solo clip. I have done a video on this as well. This is what allows you to fool your Keurig 2.0 into thinking you have a K-cup in there when you do not. So before even clipping this on and continuing the video, I recommend going on ahead and running the 6 ounces of water through the empty chamber, push out any other grounds, anything that might be in your machine, or give the whole pod section a clean out before doing this, because you don't want to get coffee in your tea. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put our solo clip in the machine, get that lined up and put in place. That is good. Next up, in our pitcher here, we are going to do 3 tea bags. And that is all you'll need, because you're only going to be making about 20 ounces of hot tea, and you will add in ice to help it cool down. And I actually let my tea bags sit in overnight to the next day. That way you can draw out more out of them and not just pull them out right away and call it a day. So we'll do 3. As you can see, I still have quite a bit of tea left. So this is kind of an old school way of doing it. If those of you that remember, you probably remember your parents or grandparents brewing tea in pitchers. They put hot water in giant pitchers, and they put the tea bags in, and they set it outside and let it sit, and it'd be sun tea. So this is kind of a faster way of doing that. So using this pitcher, being that this is one of the Keurig pitchers, this works with the 2.0 machine too as well. It literally sits right underneath the machine, no problem. Once we have our solo clip in, shut that up. It thinks there's a pod in there when there's not. We're going to do a strong hot water with 10 ounces, and we're going to do that 2 times. So once that's done, we'll be right back. Alright, so our 20 ounces of nice hot tea have finished. Let's take a close look at it. Alright, so as you can see, 3 tea bags has made us quite a nice dark brew of our tea. So what we shall do now is dunk these for a good 5 seconds here. And then I will go on ahead and add in ice, and we're going to fill this pretty much as full as possible without causing any leaking to come out of our lid. And we're going to leave these tea bags in the bottom overnight with the ice and put this in the fridge and let this cool down on its own. So a lot of our ice is going to melt and add in more water, which is fine. But that way when we're ready in the morning, we can pull the tea bags out and have us a nice good looking iced tea. Or cold tea, I should say, that you can pour ice over later on. Alright, so our iced tea is ready to be refrigerated, and like I said, a lot of that ice you can see in there is melting already. But that'll add more to it, give it a nice stir in the morning, pull our tea bags out, and we have a nice cold tea ready to go, pour over ice. Not too strong, definitely not weak. Tastes just right plain. You don't need to add in any sugar if you don't need to, or you're a person that's trying to stay away from that. So that is a new way of making an old-fashioned tea, in a way, using the Keurig coffee makers. So if you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. This is RF Mike. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one.